Hi everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and I have number 10 in my one-page wonder series. So y'all have to let me know if you want me to keep going, because I sure am having fun with it. In honor of this being the 10th one, this one is a little bit more involved. It's not as super duper duper easy, but it's not hard. So this is it's a little book, and it opens up this way, and then the pages are accordion style. So I know it kind of looks like some of the accordion books maybe that I've shown you guys recently, but this one is made out of one piece of cardstock. And then to make the folio, I always, want y'all to understand, you do have to, if you don't want it just to be the whatever your cardstock is, you do need pages to layer on. If you want to make some extra pockets like I did, you'll need some little pieces of paper. But this pocket and this pocket here are part of the folio. And then, like I said, I just added some diagonal pockets, a belly band, a few like that. Okay, so it is, like I said, it's a little more involved, but it's not hard. I know we can do it together. So I'm going to try to be really clear with my instructions, do the best I can. This one was made with just like a burgundy piece of cardstock, and you do want a cardstock weight because you don't want this little spine here or this one, to collapse on you. And this was, the designer paper is a Cartabella paper, and I kept one of the strips, Botanical Garden, and it's one of their older ones that I've just had in my stash, but I really like it and I think it's pretty, so I'm using it, and I'm using it again today for the one we're gonna make with this kind of sage green cardstock. And this is a really old piece that I've had in my stash for probably 20 years. Scrapbooking days when kids were little. And then a variety of the Cartabella paper from the same kit. So we'll see, and I'll give you all the measurements in the description, and we're gonna put the folio together and layer the pages today. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, and then I just tied it together with a piece of ribbon. All right, so the first thing you do is start off with a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and you are going to cut it in half. So you'll have two pieces that are 12 inches by 6 inches. Set this one aside, and then cut the other piece that is 12 by 6 in half. So you have two 6 by 6 pieces. All right. And now we're going to do just a little bit of scoring. So whatever your preferred method for scoring is, I have to set this over here. Go ahead and get ready. So on the 12 by 6 inch piece, we are going to score, don't push down too hard, 3, 6, and 9. So 3, 6, and 9. And just recently I saw someone say, and I don't know if this is true, that if you score on both sides, that helps prevent cracking of the cardstock. So I am gently scoring just at 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9, and I did it on both sides. We'll see what we think. And this is a white core paper, so if it does kind of crack, we'll see it, so we'll know. Okay, now on your two pieces that are 6 inches by 6 inches, we're going to score them the same way. These two pieces, you're going to first do a score mark at 1 3/4 inches, and then you're going to score at 4 3/4 inches, and at 5. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to flip it over and just gently score 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and 5. And then I've got to do the second piece the exact same way. 1 3/4 inches, 4 3/4 inches, and 5 inches. Maybe I can make up a song to go to help me remember. 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and 5. Okay, that's all the scoring. So again, it's not too hard. And we do want to be, when we're now folding along all of these score lines, we just want to make sure everything is lined up as neat as possible. And where you have this little teeny tiny piece here, that this is obviously going to be either the spine or the little cover flap. So it, you know, it can be done. Just be careful. All right, so far I'm not seeing the white core show through, so we'll see. We'll see how we did. All right, so fold along all of your score lines. Guys, I don't know if I'm going to put anything in the title of this video or whatever, but I do have a big announcement, or it's big for me and my family. Excited. So I mentioned, I'm going to talk while I just fold on all these score lines. I mentioned in a video last week that my daughter had an interview this week. It was yesterday. It was actually the 3rd interview. She had done 2 virtual, and this one was in person for this big job. She's just graduated from college in May, that she interviewed for it actually in early June. And anyway, they finally brought her in for an in-person. She got to meet the whole team. They actually gave her lunch and gave her a tour and showed her around. And then they offered her the job, and she accepted. And we are so excited. So prayers were answered. She is thrilled. She also found a fabulous, she said, her dream apartment, and it's actually in New York. And she'll be working then right across the Hudson River in New Jersey. And anyway, she is thrilled, and she'll be home this weekend, and I'll get to hug her and then help her get moved up there. So happening really fast. She'll start, I think, August 12th. So anyway, thank you. Thank you for thinking about us. Thank you for keeping our family in your prayers. So, all right. I folded on the score lines of my 6 by 12 piece, and then you're going to see I folded it accordion style. And I've been doing a lot of accordion folding lately, but I like it. And these are going to be our inside pages for our little journal. Okay, so set that aside. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to glue these 2 pieces together. So I want you to take one of them, and then where you have the single fold, I'm going to call this that's wider, and this I'll call where you kind of have the 2 little folds. Just lay it flat with this larger side to the left. This is how I remember how to do it. This piece, you are going to lay the same way with the large side to the left, and you're going to fold this one over. And I do that so we remember, because we are going to glue the back of this to this section right here. And let me ink for you on this score line so that you can see where we're going to glue it. We're going to go right up to the score line. We are not going to go over the score line because you want it to fold nicely. Okay, so I add glue to this section, and then we'll lay the other piece down. And don't get too, like I got a big glob there. Try to, you know, use enough, but don't let it be too globby because you'll make a mess. All right, we'll put that right here. Okay, so make sure again it's folded over, and then you glue this section to this section and just lay it down nice and straight. Have a little glue oozing out. And this is some of that cardstock. It used to be really popular, that had some texture to it, which is fine for my project, but I'm trying not to flatten out all the texture. So now you have this little flippy flap here, and this is where the accordion pages are going to attach. Okay, now I find it easier to go ahead and we're going to glue. This is going to be one of the built-in pockets I showed you. So all we're going to do here is add glue to these two sides, and I am going to run a bead of glue down that, you know, right along here, along that score line. Just, I find it doesn't kind of gap as much if I do that. And again, I was a little heavy-handed with my glue, and it's oozing out the end. But there we go. And then that just kind of gets this out of the way. And you know, I'm seeing a little bit of cracking, but not too much. So for the age of this paper and that it's a white core, I think that didn't do too bad. And I'll probably ink this one. I didn't do a lot of inking on the other one. I think I did a little bit around the designer papers, but with this burgundy cardstock, I didn't really feel the need. And it didn't crack. And I didn't try that technique, so I don't know. Probably depends on the cardstock. Okay, I digress. So now you're going to pick up your piece, your accordion piece. Now, this is where you have to just let me think for a second, and you need to think when you're doing it. Because you want all of your pages to end up on this side, so it's inside your spine. You don't want them to end up over here where you don't have your spine. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but it can easily happen if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. So you have your little flippy flap. You have your accordion pages. So set your pages so that they are opening this way. The first flap is open to the left this way instead of this way. Okay, and that's exactly right. All right, so again, hold your paper. Yeah, this is a way to do it so that it looks like an M right here, M, when it's facing you. I think that helps. And your valley is in the middle, and you've got your two mountains. Okay, now this last flap is going to become joined with this flap. It's just going to become, they're going to become one of the pages, and of course it'll have a little pocket. So when it's folded up and you open up, it's going to look like this. Okay? All right, I hope that's making sense. But if you hold your paper just like I have mine, and I like to just bring this page right up to that score line, and then I add glue to the flap because we'll put glue on the edges and along this this edge here where it's attached, and then we're going to fold it over just like that. So again, this is not hard. You just it's a little fiddly because you can put this on wrong. And if you do, again, it's just paper. It's not the end of the world. Your accordion, there'll be a little flip instead, and you'll just decorate that and keep on going. I can't show you what it'll look like if you put it on wrong, but now if you end up with your pages on this side, that can be a little bit of an issue just because it won't fold up correctly. All right, so we have a pocket. Our pages are living on this side. And we have a pocket, and it closes like that. Look, that actually came together really fast and easy. I love it. I think it is so cute. Now, if you want to layer yours, like I'm going to do with some pretty scrapbook papers like I did in this one, I'm going to tell you how many you need in the measurements, but it'll also be in the description. Now, you know, you could just start decorating. I mean, you don't even have to like layer and then add pockets. Just add some pockets and add some ink and do some book pages or something. It's fun, you know, it can be easy. I did want to show you one thing. Mine got a little bit off. My first one, well, I've made several of these. In fact, I have one sitting here that's kind of my really practice. It's on lightweight paper. And this is what I meant. If your paper's too light, I won't make this into one. This is just to help me remember how to make these folios. It would crush, right? But, you know, just, this is what I'm showing, is it got off. And I don't know how I did that. But I'm gonna, You know what? I think for right now, I'm going to leave it. Well, I'm going to try to trim it. Let's see what happens. I could leave it and try to fix it later with my paper layering. I just don't want it to look weird right here. I think it did okay. So again, if yours ends up a little bit cattywampus, I think you can fix it. I fixed it. I feel better about that. Okay, papers to layer. First of all, you're going to want 2 strips for this flap right here. So the measurements for these are 5 3/4 in length by 3/4 of an inch. So 5 3/4 by 3/4, and somewhere I do have 2 of these. There they are. Mine are 2 different patterns, and that's okay. All right, so 2 of those. Then you're gonna want 2 pieces that are 5 3/4. You're gonna hear that a lot because I like to have that little bit of edge around. So these are all, you know, just a little bit smaller than the pages. These are for our pockets. They're 5 3/4 inches by 1 1/2 inches. And there's 2 of those. One for this pocket, and then one back here for this pocket. I haven't decided if I'm going to do polka dots or flowers or what I'm going to do yet. Then you're going to need 10 pieces that are this size, and I've got a few different patterns that I'm going to use for this one. 10 pieces that are 5 3/4 inches this way, 2 3/4 inches wide. Again, measurements in the description. 5 3/4, 2 3/4 if you're taking notes. Okay, and then I just go through and glue all of these down, and I may decide which of my papers I want to be my cover first. You know, do I want the florals to kind of match? And then I think I had one of these that had the red polka dots. Do I want something like that? Or do I want to do sort of like I did on this one, you know, one that coordinates? So I usually kind of think about the cover and that flap first, and then decide on my inside pages. And because I'm on camera, I'm not going to take the time right now to ink around these or anything. We're just going to start gluing it down. So we'll start with the cover. I like this one. I do like these polka dots, but hopefully there's another page and maybe I can use them inside. We'll see. So I'm honestly just going to be gluing all of these down. So I'll chat while I'm gluing, and then you can see how it looks, and then leave me a comment and tell me guys you guys can tell me what you think. Now, it is important to kind of keep double checking where you're at, because it's easy to get confused on which side is the cover and what's a page and all of those things. They can get flipped around on you pretty quick. All right, so this is number 10 in this series. I need you guys to let me know. You want me to keep going? You want me to take a break on the one-page wonders and do some other things? You know, let me know what you're thinking. I also started a new series that everyone seems to be pretty excited about, and some of you have even left comments that you're going to craft along with me. I'm so excited, and make your own idea books. We are going to have so much fun with that one. Those videos, I imagine that I'll try to share, you know, a few different ideas each video, right? And they're not going to be too complicated. Some you may have seen before. They may be easy ones. Others, you know, I don't know. I haven't really decided. I did put a poll up in my community tab. Again, make sure you're not going over any of your score lines when you're gluing these down. I put a poll up, and if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Tell me kind of what do you want to see first. And I put a few different ideas, and those, of course, are not not at all of the ideas I have, but I'll have multiples probably in each of those categories. You can leave me a comment if you have other categories you want to see or other types of idea videos you want to see. So, you know, all exciting things happening. So that's a new series, and it'll be a great one because, you know, again, possibilities are endless, but hopefully we can all fill, you know, a whole journal of ideas, and then you have a great reference book. And those go pretty quick and easy because I don't spend, you know, a ton of time. Some of them will be on page layout ideas or how to decorate. But, you know, if I'm showing you a pocket style or a flip style for a page in a journal, you know, we may not spend a lot of time decorating, because what we may want to do is, I'm going to do the polka dots on this pocket. We may want to, you know, just have the idea, and you can even tuck like in that page or clip it to that page, the measurements or the, you know, quick instructions just to remind yourself how to do it. On things that are a little more complicated, sometimes on mine, I'll even do one like on a scrap piece of paper or a smaller piece of paper and then tuck it in so that I can then open it up and go, oh yeah, that's how I did that. So the resource idea books are just wonderful when you're crafting. So anyway, that's just a plug for that series, and something for you to think about. And I hope you guys will consider joining me. I'm just kind of randomly choosing which one of these I want on each page. I think I'm going to do that on these. I think it ends up looking good regardless of what side of the paper I choose and what order I put them in. And depending on, of course, what papers you have, yours will look different. So let me think, what else? I told you about Sarah and her job. So that also means that we haven't figured everything out. But I'll be spending a little time helping her get relocated. The apartment she found, guys, she's so excited. It is, it looks over, like if you walk outside, she's right on the Hudson River, and you can look over into New Jersey, which is where she'll be working. And I think Tenafly, I'm not sure how you say that. If you guys know how to say it, tell me. And she'll be grabbing the subway, you know, right by her apartment. It's in northern Manhattan. And then she will ride the commuter bus over to New Jersey. And I think it's going to take her about 30 minutes. So that's actually not bad. I don't think that's bad at all. And then, let's see. Oh, and so she was telling me about the apartment. But one thing she's so excited about is that if you go up, she's on the top floor of this fairly large building. But anyway, if you go up to the top, she said there's this little tiny staircase, and she has lots of character. So I have no idea. But anyway, you can go out onto the roof, and of course you can look at the river and across over to New Jersey. But then you can see all of New York, like look back, you know, up Manhattan. The child is on cloud 9. She has worked so hard for this, and I am so proud of her, and I just can't stop gushing. So anyway, y'all may have to hear about it for a while, because I'm one thrilled, happy mama. All right, I have not used the red polka dots. Should I use some polka dots on this side? Maybe we'll do that. Why not? I'm not going to overthink it. Okay, so told you about Sarah and how excited I am. We've talked about the idea books we're going to be making. That's going to be fun. And, you know, I usually try to remind you guys, please make sure you've subscribed so you get notified when I put up new videos. And if you can give me a thumbs up and a comment and anything, you know, if you can just take that moment to do that, it really helps my channel. I am happy making videos and spending time with you guys and reading all your sweet comments. But it's very, very helpful and fun. I also have a, y'all know I have an Instagram and a Pinterest, and a lot of you guys follow me there. And I also have a Facebook business page. I haven't started a Facebook group. I don't have a lot happening yet on Facebook because I just haven't spent as much time on that platform. But, you know, let me know if that's something you might be interested in. I might consider that maybe this fall, or thinking about, you know, if that's something y'all would like, where you can share ideas. We can ask questions. I can let you know, when videos are posted, that kind of thing. And I already pretty much have the same content that I share on Instagram over there. But I know there's a lot more we can do with like community building there too. And I've really been having fun in the new Pink Monarch Prince Facebook group. I'm so glad they started one. That is super fun. There's lots of people over there. And I think you guys know I've been a guest designer for them now. I started that in June. Yeah, so we've done June and July, and heading into August. Anna and Elena are just so sweet and so nice, and they make such beautiful papers. So that was a great opportunity for me, and hopefully I'll be able to continue doing that. I think they're enjoying the collaboration as well. I hope so. So anyway, I've had so many great things happening with my little crafty business here recently, and a lot of it I give credit to you guys, because I couldn't do it without you. You guys are awesome. Okay. Look at that. Pretty quick. I don't know how long we've been on camera, but look at that. We have a folio. Now, I've shown you guys in other videos how you make little pockets. You can do a belly band, tuck spots. You can add, really anything you have on hand that you want to, that fit inside the pockets, and just really have fun with it. This kit, of course, has some stickers because it has the little embellishment kit, and I used that on this one and made some tags, some little spots. So I'll probably do that for this one too. But not on camera. Well, we're going to stop for today. Not take any more of your time. But I hope you guys make one. If you do, let me know, and make sure we're connected, and tag me so I can see what you're making. And I love that. So have fun with it. Enjoy until I see you guys next time. Have a great day.